Okay, so thanks for coming to class today. I really appreciate it. Welcome to All Levels Yoga. We're gonna start on the back, please, laying down on the back in a comfortable position. So you can be in a Shavasana position, or you can take Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of feet together, knees splay open, palms face up alongside the body. And a few moments in this moment time. Let's get my air filters going. Good. So if you're just arriving in the virtual class, we're laying on the back in a comfortable position that works for you to rest your spine. Take a body scan. Check in with how you feel today. Feel the restful quality of the back of the head into the floor. And there's a soft openness in the front of the throat, in the center of the chest, in the center of the ribs, and down into the belly. Start to notice the quality of your breath and its natural rhythm, the flow of the breath, moving in and out of the nose. And stay with that focus, cultivating a sense of presence. Anytime your mind wants to wander off, you start to notice when that happens, and then gently guide the focus back to your breath, back to the moment, into your practice today. We're gonna take the hands and rest the hands on the body anywhere that feels good today. Feel the connection of the warm hands into the body and receive that energy from your own hands, and anything you want to offer to yourself today: kindness, compassion, grace, humor, any qualities that you want to cultivate more of, or whatever you want to offer yourself in your mind's eye and in your energy field. You feel that begin to deepen the breath a little more. The inhale extends and expands a little bit more smoothly. And your exhale empties out a little more. So we start to create this same pace between the inhale and the exhale. The inhale fills the belly, the ribs, the chest. Exhaling, chest, ribs, belly toward the spine. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling, chest, ribs, and belly. Next time you inhale, fill the belly and stretch the arms overhead. Feel the fingertips reaching up, and you can slide your legs out straight and long on the floor. Feel the length of the whole body on the ground. You open and close your hands, point and flex your feet. Good. And then as you exhale, let the arms come down alongside the body and let the palms face up alongside the body. And you're going to step your feet onto the floor about hip width distance apart. Feel the feet root down to the earth. Spread the toes. Lay your arms alongside the body and flip the palms to face down and press your palms down into the earth. Fan the fingers wide. Press down through the palms, press down through the feet, and lift up the pelvis any amount toward a bridge pose. The inner thighs are going to roll in toward each other, and you're lengthening the tailbone toward the front of the room. We're going to inhale, lift the heels high, come up onto tiptoes, reach the arms overhead up alongside the ears, feel the backs of the hands melt into the ground, And then as you exhale, start to roll down slowly, the upper back, middle back, lower back resting. And then hug the knees in toward your chest, give a squeeze. And as you hug the legs in, finding compassion for wherever you're at in your body today, and always you can trust that you can back off if you need to. You trust, you honor the inner teacher, the inner guide. We're gonna find a full happy baby pose, elbows on insides of knees, hands are on the feet, ankles, or the shins, and the soles of feet face the sky. The back of the head rests, the shoulders drop to the earth, and there's broadness across the collarbones. And you can rock a little bit side to side. Good. Let the chin nestle toward the chest a little bit to feel some length in the back of the neck for a moment. And what's your intention for practice today? What do you want to cultivate here in this practice inside yourself? Good. Now we're going to take the hands onto the front of the shins. We're going to take the soles of feet together, and your hands can come toward the ankles, and you're going to lift your head, look toward your toes, and point your toes away from your face. So your arms are going to straighten. And there's that little bit of rounding in the spine. We're going to inhale there. And when you exhale, keep your shoulders lifted and just let the back of your head fall back so your chin points up toward the sky. And we're going to inhale through the nose. Exhale, stick your tongue out. Good. And then let the chin settle toward the ground. Step your feet on the ground. Take your arms out and do a cactus. Cactus arms or arms to a T. We're going to slowly windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Massaging the heads of the femur bones around in the pelvis. Pausing anywhere that feels good as you start to wake up a little more on your hips and your back. Good. And then as you roll over to your right, roll all the way over onto your right hand side and curl into the fetal position. Rest your ear in the crook of the arm. Let the floor rise up to hold your body. Anything you want to let go of into the floor is a nice moment to say to yourself, I let go of stress, I let go of tension. Anything you want to release for a moment into the earth. And when you're ready, using your hands to very slowly, very gradually press your way on up. And we're going to find a comfortable cross-legged Sukhasana. You're finding an easy seat to sit tall. We're going to bring the hands to heart center, pressing the palms together in front of the heart, in front of the sternum. The thumbs connect to the sternum. Shoulders are soft. And we're going to honor each other in this practice and all of our intentions with the universal chant of a single Om on the exhale. Om. So we're letting the eyes crack open. We're going to take the left fingertips over to the left and stretch your right arm up and over. Keep dropping through the right sitting bone and letting your outer knee move toward the earth. Breathing there. Contain the ribs in. Good. And then as you inhale, you're going to root through the sitting bones, reach on up. Exhale, opposite side. Stretching that left arm up and over. Breathing, letting the left sitting bone and outer knee drop. You're opening up through that left side seam. Now on the inhale, we're going to reach on up, bring the palms to touch. And then as you draw the belly in and lean back, extend the arms out from the heart. You're going to squeeze the knees in, uncross, flex the feet, take a balance for a moment in Ardha Navasana. You can keep your palms pressing. And then you're going to lift the heels on the inhale, lift the arms up. And then on the exhale, cross opposite shin on top and fold forward, fingertips to the floor or palms to the floor, chin toward chest. Hi, Yuda. Thanks for coming. Good. Walk your hands forward a little more. And then walk your hands over to the right. Walk your hands all the way over to the right, keeping that left sitting bone moving toward the earth. It's going to lift up a little. You don't have to force. Just energetically, the line from the left sitting bone moves to the ground. And we peek under the right underarm. Breathe space through the rib cages and the back body. And slowly walk the hands back to center. We're gonna walk the hands all the way to the left. Right sitting bone and outer knee moving toward the earth. Couple breaths there. Feel the breath along the side ribs. Good. And then walking the hands back to center. Look forward, roll forward over the knees, come into a tabletop position. We're gonna tuck the toes. We're gonna fan the fingers wide and inhale, let the belly drop, look up toward the sky. Then as you exhale, press the hands into the ground. You can take your feet flat, press through the tops of the feet, lift the belly, round the spine, chin to chest. We're gonna move through this a few times. Inhale, drop the belly, spread the heart, looking up. And exhale, press the ground away, knit the ribs in and round. Move with your breath. Inhale, dropping the belly. And exhale, elbows are soft. If you're comfortable closing your eyes as you move through cat and cow a few times. It's waking up through the spine, the shoulders, the hips. Good. We're gonna take one more inhale to look up and open your eyes wide now, look up toward the sky. And then when you exhale, press back to child's pose, but tuck the toes underneath, curl your toes underneath so you stretch out the soles of the feet. Send the hips toward the edges of the heels and walk your hands forward as much as you feel you can. And you're gonna lift up onto tented fingers. Hasta Bandha, there's this lift of the center palm right up to the underarms. And you lift the belly and you're gonna walk the hands over to the right and you're gonna peek under the right underarm, breathe along that left side body. Good. Find the breath to lift the sternum a little and exhale, gather the belly into the spine. Good. Now walk the hands back to center. Keeping that lift of the belly, walk the hands over to the left. Let your right ear drop toward the right bicep. Peek under the left underarm and breathe all underneath that right shoulder blade into the back body. Good. And then we're going to slowly walk the hands back to center. Plant the palms, and on the inhale, lift the belly, lift the hips, glide the heart forward, hug your elbows in, lower all the way onto your belly. Now take your feet flat. Inhale, drag the palms to the earth, cobra pose, and then lower your heart, tuck your toes, press back to active child's pose. So we're going to flow through this sequence a couple times, warming up upper body, warming up the spine a little more. Inhale, float forward toward modified plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, toes are tucked, press back to active child's. And we'll do this again with your breath. Inhale, float forward, lift your heart. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra pose, the feet can be flat. And then lower your heart, tuck your toes, active child's. One more time with your breath. Inhale, broad collarbones. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, arching to cobra. Exhale, back to active child. And this time, as you look toward your knees, lift your knees and glide the hips up toward downward dog, keeping the knees a little bit bent. Send the sitting bones high and let your head shake out. Yes. So we spread the fingers wide, press down through the first finger and thumb. Good. Broadness across the upper back and collarbones. Of course, at any moment, if downward dog feels too much, you can come into your tabletop or child's pose at any time. So we're going to lift the heels and come forward into a plank pose. Lift the hip points, lift the belly. Come into plank with the knees a little bit soft. The femurs lift up into the body. And then bend the knees and glide the hips up to downward dog. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, drifting to plank. And then bending the knees on the exhale, slide the hips up, let the head go, downward dog. One more time, inhale to plank. Bend the knees, exhale, slide the hips up, downward dog. Now lift the heels high, come onto tiptoes. Keep lifting your sitting bones up. Bend your knees and begin to walk forward, all the way forward toward the top of your mat. And when you get there, you're gonna fold forward, wrap your hands back behind your calves, or you can take your hands to blocks if needed. Bend your knees as much as you need to so you can let the torso start to hang over the tops of the thighs. Uttanasana. Good, very good. Broaden the inner thigh groins away from each other. You can just sway a little bit. Explore that first forward fold. We're still in this warming up process. Find the four corners of the feet, the balls of the feet, the outer heels. Again, deeply bending the knees can help ease the back. So from here, we're gonna press through the feet, drop the tail. On the inhale, gather the belly, slowly come on up, stretch the arms overhead, interlace the fingers, push the palms up toward the sky. It's getting nice and long, lifting along the side ribs. We're gonna inhale, look up at the hands. And then on the exhale, you're gonna bend the knees, slowly start to fold and swing the arms around. And the hands can come onto your lower back, or you're gonna interlace the fingers and let the arms peel away from the back, spilling the head down, bringing out the shoulders, keeping the elbows soft. Take an inhale. Exhale, release your hands down to frame your feet, and you're gonna step your left foot back into a runner's lunge. Right knee is over the heel. Take your left knee down, take the top of your left foot flat, press through the top of your left foot, drop the tail, swing the arms overhead, crescent lunge. Gonna reach up through the fingertips. Squeeze the biceps toward the ears. Let's inhale, reach up through the fingers, and then exhale, release your hands to frame your front foot. Hands can be on the floor, or you can use your blocks at any setting. Tuck the back toes, lift the back thigh, spin the outer left heel down, and start to straighten the front leg. You're gonna fold over the front leg, wrapping your left rib toward the belly, peek toward your right hip point, Parsvottanasana. Very good. Allow that left hip to roll down toward the earth, and just gradually begin to soften the sternum down. Let the head go. You pause there. Very good. Now, next time you inhale, you're gonna bend that right knee, drop your left knee down, slide your right leg back, come into child's pose, hips toward heels. Now from here, inhale to modified plank, bring the shoulders toward the front of your mat, and then lower all the way down onto the belly. So we're gonna pause here, swing the arms back, thumbs down, root through the pelvis. As you inhale, you're gonna lift up toward your Shalabhasana, locust pose. So you're gonna let the chin drop down a little bit. Good. Lengthen forward through the center of your sternum. Inhale, inhale into the belly. And then exhale, release, take your palms under the elbows, tuck your toes, and you can come back through that active child's to find the hips toward the sky, downward dog. However you arrive there, we're gonna meet again for a breath or two in downward facing dog. And you can shake the head a little bit, no. Good. Let's take your hands a little wider apart here. Good. Nice broad collarbones, broad upper back. Let's have the knees bend a little. Gonna lift the butt up, lift the sitting bones up. Then lift the heels high, come on to tiptoes. Now bend your knees more, keep lifting the sitting bones and walk forward all the way toward the top of your mat. Now when you get to the top of your mat, fold in Uttanasana, wrap your hands behind your calves, let the head go. Knees can bend as much as needed to ease the heart down toward the toes. Spreading through the toes. Good. Then you're gonna press down through the feet, drop the tail, lift the belly, reach the arms all the way out and up overhead. Reach up, interlace the non-habitual finger on top. You're gonna press the palms up toward the sky. And then let's keep the chin neutral, nose is over the navel. We're gonna lift the heels and rise up onto tiptoes. It's a little balance challenge on the ankles. Keep containing the lower ribs in. Press the palms up, inhale. And then exhale, lower the heels, take a cactus arm. Deeply bend the knees. As you fold, you're gonna swing the arms around. Interlace the non-habitual awkward finger on top. Let the arms peel away from the back and let the head hang. Chin moves toward the body, any amount. Yep. Chin moves toward the body, arms draw away from the back. Toes are spread. Good. We're gonna inhale once more. Exhale, release your hands to the floor or your blocks, and we're gonna step the right foot back into runner's lunge. Left knee is over the heel, drop your right knee down, take the top of your right foot flat, reach the arms overhead, coming up to crescent lunge on this side. We allow this left hip crease to wrap around toward the sitting bone and down. And as you inhale, you lift the sternum straight up. Exhale, hands frame the front foot on the floor, or you can use your blocks. Tuck the back toes, lift that right thigh, spin the right heel down. You start to straighten the left leg. And we're wrapping that left sitting bone around toward the right sitting bone. Parsvakonasana, and we keep pressing through the ball of that left foot. Just allowing the body to fold over that front thigh. Good. Now as you inhale, bend the left knee and then drop your right knee down to the earth and then slide the left leg back, come into child's pose, hips to heels. Press the ground away. Now you're gonna look forward and snake your body forward and come all the way down onto your belly. Slide your way forward all the way down onto your belly. Reach your arms straight back, thumbs down. Gonna root through the pelvis. Inhale, come up to a locust pose. Hips roll to the earth. Spreading back through the baby toes. Good. The jaw is soft. Spread those baby toes. Good. Yes, we're gonna inhale, fill the belly. And we're gonna exhale, release forehead to floor. Slip your palms under the elbows. Tuck your toes and press back toward downward dog, or you can always take a detour through child's pose. Take a rest if you need to. Good. Let's take your feet a little closer toward your body. Good. Let the head go. Would you be okay with the hands-on assist? Cool. Let the knees bend a little. And we're gonna let the head hang down, shake the head out a little bit. Yes, good. Good. Now we're gonna lift the right heel high for three-legged dog, any amount. Right heel can just lift straight up. Keep pressing the hands into the earth. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose, lift the hips, lift the hips. You're gonna hoist that right foot in between the hands. You might have to manually help get it there. Right knee is over the heel. Lift the back of the head. You're gonna spin the left heel down, preparing for warrior two. And when the four corners of both feet feel rooted, you're gonna slowly cartwheel the arms up and find warrior two. Good. And you're gazing over the right fingertips. Good. And you're letting that right sitting bone drop down toward the ground. So we're gonna turn the palms up toward the ceiling. Let the shoulders drop down onto your back. Turn your gaze to look at your left fingers. And then straighten your right leg, look toward your left fingers. Inhale, reach the arms up. Bring the nose over the navel, touch the palms together. And then on the exhale, bend down, warrior two. Reach your right fingers forward, turn the right palm up, reverse warrior, left hand to left thigh. Right arm's gonna reach up and overhead. Let the right head of the arm bone drop into the shoulder. Inhale, exhale, right forearm to thigh bone, palm facing up. Left hand can be on your hip, or you're gonna swing your left arm right up alongside the ear. And you're gonna spread through the toes on your right foot. Good, turn that right palm up, wake it up, open that right hand toward the sky. Keep pressing through both feet. On your next inhale, you're gonna slide on up to a reverse warrior, left hand to left thigh, right arm's gonna reach up and over. That's an inhale, and on the exhale, slowly cartwheel. Release your hands to frame your front foot. Swing your back heel over the toes. Slide that right foot back to downward dog, or you can always come through tabletop pose first. Good. Now, from your downward dog, we're gonna float forward into plank pose. Bring your knees down, lower all the way down onto the belly. Now take your feet flat, stretch your arms back, thumbs down. You can work here, or you can interlace the fingers. You're gonna root down through the pelvis, inhale, everything else floats up. Strong gluteal muscles. Locust pose. Good. Let that chin go down a little so you soften your neck. Very good. Inhale into the belly. And then exhale, release. Palms under the elbows, tuck your toes, slide back to downward dog. Sitting bones fanning toward the sky. Good. And we're gonna step the feet a little closer and lift your left heel high, three-legged dog. Left heel lifts. It's in the same trajectory as your hip. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose, lift your hips, hoist that left foot right between the hands. Left knee is over the heel. Now you're gonna spin the outer right heel down, and when you're ready, slowly come on up into warrior two and take your time to find that stability through the feet connecting to the earth. Good. Drop the left thigh bone down a little more. And then feel the femurs lifting up into the body. You lift the back of the head. Now you're gonna turn the palms up toward the sky. Let the shoulders relax down. And you're turning your gaze toward your right fingers. You're pushing through your right foot. We're gonna inhale, lift the arms overhead, palms touch. You can bring your nose over your navel. And then exhale back to warrior two, gaze over the left fingertips. Turn your left palm up, reverse warrior, right hand to right thigh. Left arm's gonna reach up and over. Find that inhale along the left side rib. Exhale, belly in, left forearm to thigh bone, palm facing up. Right hand can be on your hip, or you're gonna swing that right arm right up alongside the ear. You are allowing that right hip point to roll down toward the earth. They keep pressing through the outer right foot. Are you okay with the hands on? Let's do a little less rolling back and try a little more going forward with the rib. So the ribs contain end toward each other. Good. All right, now we've been there long enough. So we're gonna come back to reverse warrior. Right hand to right thigh, left arm reaches up and over for the inhale. And then it's a slow exhale to cartwheel the arms forward. Release your hands down to frame your front foot, swing the back heel over the toes, and we're gonna meet in downward dog. However you get there, maybe you come through tabletop first. Good. Come forward to your plank pose. And you can either bring your knees down to modify or hug your elbows in and slowly lower down through Chaturanga Dandasana. We come onto the belly. We're gonna take the feet flat for Cobra pose on the inhale. And then exhale, we're gonna lower the heart. We're gonna come back to active child's, hips toward heels. I'm just gonna kind of flow forward and back a couple of times. Inhale, we glide to this modified plank. You can hug your elbows, take a little mini push up, and then gather the belly, push back toward child's. And we can do that 2 more times. Inhale, we glide through, lower down, and then push back. It's building a little upper body strength. Inhale in your own time, and then press back. Good. Now, the next time you want to come forward, we're going to come to tented fingers to give you a little room to hoist that right foot right between the hands. Right knee is over the heel. So the hands here can be on the floor or your blocks. We're going to lift the back thigh, spin the left heel down, and start to press the right leg all the way towards straight. Your right hand's going to be on the floor or a block at the highest height. You're going to wrap your right belly toward the left belly, and you can slide your left hand onto the rib, or you can drift that left arm up toward Trikonasana, triangle pose. And we're going to have that tether from bottom of chin to sternum, imaginary tether from bottom of chin to sternum. Good. If your neck fatigues and feels crunched in the left side, I'm going to invite you to either look neutral toward the wall or down. Spread the toes. We're going to take one more inhale here, and then exhale. Make a fist with the left hand. Bring that left fist toward the front of the chest, and then release the left hand down to the earth. Now looking at your right toes, you're gonna turn your right toes in and your right heel out, and then walk your hands into a wide-legged prasarita. The outer edges of the feet are dropping. The right fingertips are gonna come underneath your face. You're gonna lift up your heart. You're gonna take your left hand around onto your lower back and look to the left for this twist. Good. Keep a little bit of a give in the knees, so the knees are soft. Very good. We're gonna inhale, and then we're gonna exhale, replace that right hand with the left hand. Yep, look down, replace the right hand with the left hand. Take the right hand onto your back and look to the right. The arches of the feet are lifting. And we have the heels turned out a little bit and the toes turned in a little bit. One more inhale breath. Exhale, release that right hand down, and go ahead and walk your hands in between the feet. Whatever amount so you can come into the fold. Good. Soften through those knees. Bend the knees more than you're used to a little bit. So you feel more spreading through the center of the foot. Good. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out your mouth. The tailbone is heavy, and we're gonna start to lift the belly and the ribs, come up onto your fingertips. Look toward your right foot. Start to walk your hands toward your right foot. You're gonna turn your right toes to point straight forward and swing your left heel over the toes. Touch your left knee down. Walk your fingers forward a little. You're gonna heel toe that right foot behind the left wrist. So you're sliding that right heel toward the front of the left thigh. And then as you lay that left leg long on the ground, that right heel might be kind of at the point where your left femur meets your body. Flex your right foot. And then take your time to come down toward Kapotasana. You can have your forearms on the ground or on a block, and then you're gonna rest your brow line on a block or something, your hands or the floor. Now, if it's too much to be in this position on your right knee, you can always lay on the back and take figure 4, or you can take a child's pose. So you wanna listen to your body, always the most valuable teacher of your body, your intuition. Raja Kapotasana, pigeon pose. Imagine this pool of water in the sacral plane of the lower back. And the water spills over the left hip point down toward the earth. Good. That draping of that left baby toe into the ground. And when you inhale, where can the breath bring some more space? And when you exhale, where can you soften a little bit? So from here, we're gonna feel the top of that left foot connect. We're gonna start to drop the tail, come on up onto your fingertips, tented fingers. Lift the center of the chest up. You can take a gentle back bend any amount. And then you're gonna plant your palms, look between the thumbs, tuck the back toes, then you inch that back knee forward. You're gonna unwind and come back to active child, toes tucked. And we're just gonna flow forward and back a couple times. Inhale forward. You can take a little mini push up with the elbows hugging in, press back, gather the belly. Inhale, gliding through. Exhale, pressing back. One more time, inhale on your own kind of flow. Exhale, press back. Now, tented fingers, the next time that you come forward, you lift your hips and belly, and you're gonna hoist that left foot right in between the hands. So the hands can be on the floor, or blocks at the highest height can really be helpful. You're gonna lift the back thigh, spin the right heel down. You start to straighten that left leg. You're gonna wrap the left belly toward the right belly. You're gonna open the right arm up toward the sky, Trikonasana. We're gonna consider the joints and the knees, the hips, the elbows. Where can we have a little more softness in the joints and any less hardness in the joints? We're gonna work on bringing that outer right heel down to the earth, press it firmly. Good. Breathing there, pushing through the ball of the left foot. We're gonna inhale, make a fist with your right hand, exhale, right fist toward the front of the heart, and then release your right hand down, look at your left foot. Now you're gonna pivot the left toes in, the left heel out, walk your hands into your wide-legged prasarita. You can always bring your blocks with you. So we're gonna lift up our heart, look forward. Inhale, look forward or up. Then exhale, you're gonna fold. And option one, slide your hands to your outer ankles. Or option two, interlace the fingers behind the back and let the arms peel away from the back. Good. Yep. Let those knees bend a little so you don't take it too much in your shins. You feel it more in the quads and the inner thigh groin. Very good. Inhale, the belly fills. Exhale, go ahead and let out a little sigh. All right, so we're gonna have the knees bend a little bit again. I'm gonna emphasize that again. We're gonna root through the feet, drop the tail, slowly come on up. Come all the way up. Good. Now you're gonna turn your toes out and your heels in. You're gonna bend down toward goddess squat. In goddess squat, we're gonna go ahead and take the right forearm to the top of the thigh bone and then reach your left arm up and over. So you keep dropping that left thigh down. So we're gonna move with a flow here. It's inhale in the side bend, and then exhale, come through goddess squat. And then inhale, left forearm, right arm up and over. And then exhale, back to the squat. Good. Inhale, other side. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, other side. Good. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, other side. Good. Exhale, back to center. Take a pause. Squeeze the pinkies in, the elbows in. Bring your hands right to your forehead. Press your forehead into your hands. Start to straighten your legs. So you lift the crown of the head up into the fingers. You're gonna turn your toes in, your heels out. Inhale, you're gonna lift your elbows, arch your upper back a little bit. Then exhale, soften the knees, slowly fold. Swing your arms around, take the back of one hand onto your sacrum. The other hand can rest on top. Or you can interlace the awkward finger on top and let the arms peel away if that felt good. For this prasarita, Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Good. What can you let roll off your back into the floor? And let your hands slowly drape down to the floor, and you're gonna look toward your left foot. You're gonna walk your hands toward your left foot. Turn your left toes to point straight forward. Swing your right heel over the toes, touch your right knee down. We're gonna come to that pigeon pose now again. Heel toe that left foot behind your right wrist. The heel, left heel can come a little bit close to the top of that right thigh. And then you're laying the right top of the foot flat. You're gonna make your way down with the trajectory of the hip points floating straight down toward the earth. And you rest your brow line on something, block or the hands. Good. Take a body scan. Peek down under your cheekbones toward your internal realm. Soften in the throat, the eyes, the jaw. If the mind wanders off, come back to the breath, come back to your intention. The arches of the feet have awareness, and that arch of the feet awareness connects to the soft palate of the mouth. So we're going to start to think about coming out of it. We don't want to have pins and needles or cut off the blood flow too much. So the top of the right foot presses, we're going to come on up. Any amount of back bend. You can take your hands a little wider. You can lift the sternum, lift the eyes. Inhale, and then plant the palms on the exhale. Palms about shoulder width. Tuck the back toes. You're going to inch that back knee forward. You're going to unwind that left leg back. Now you can take a child's pose, or you can take one more downward dog there. And if you have some fire you want to burn off, you can come through your plank and chaturanga flow if that's your practice. Where is the mind wanting to go inside the body? Yep, now come forward into a plank, bring your knees down, come into a tabletop position. So we're going to come into a tabletop position. We're going to take the palms a little bit wider. We're going to extend the right leg straight back. Toes are tucked underneath. We're going to lift the right heel off the ground. Then you're going to point the right toes up toward the sky. Now this is a fine place to stay. Perfectly fine to stay. Lift the back of the head up. Yes. Now, if it's available, you can hover your left hand off the ground, or you can take the hand onto the sacrum, or you can reach around and take the top of your right foot and kick the foot into the hand, but don't force. The hip points are drawing in toward each other. We're going to inhale. Now, when you exhale without slingshotting, you're going to slowly extend the right leg back. Toes are tucked. And then you're going to thread your left arm underneath. Now, if it's too much to have that back leg extended, then you can have the knees both bent like in a tabletop legs. Lay your left temple down to the floor or a block, and the right hand can swing around onto your lower back, or your right hand can stay on the floor. Yep, and you're just finding some breath. So remember, if that right leg extended feels too weird, you could have then both knees bent. And we're finding the space of the breath in the belly, the ribs, the chest. Good. We're going to take one more inhale wherever you're at with it. When you exhale, bring your right hand to the ground. Slowly, we're going to unwind. We're going to bring the right knee back into a tabletop. And then we're going to press through the tops of the feet. Walk your hands towards your knees. Stand up on your knees. Shake your hands off. Take your hands into imaginary back pockets. And then you're lifting the center of the sternum up and little gentle Ustrasana camel pose. The tops of the feet press. Inhale, side seams of the body lift. And then exhale, contain the belly. Slowly return into your tabletop. And then you're going to tuck the toes and extend that left leg back with the toes tucked. You can bend your left knee and point the toes up toward the sky. That's fine to stay there. It's activating that left gluteal. It's kind of opening the front of that left quadriceps. If it's available, you hover the right hand and you take the right hand onto your back. Keep lifting your belly. If it's available, you take the top of that left foot and kick the foot into the hand, but don't force. Good. And we're going to inhale. And without slingshotting anything, we're going to exhale. Tuck the toes under. Now slide that right arm underneath and lay from the back of your right hand to the edge of the shoulder. Right temple on the floor or a block. It's a little bit of balance challenge. Left hand can be on the ground or come around onto your back. Keep that awareness of the core as you breathe. Coming toward your intention in your mind, your energy, and always with that tenderness, a gentleness, a kindness toward yourself. And then slowly we're going to release the left hand down, and we're going to slowly unwind that right arm back and take your right hand down. Knees to the ground, take your feet flat, drop the tail again, round the spine. Look toward the tail. Good, and then neutralize the spine. Start to walk the knees forward. You're going to slide the knees forward all the way toward the top of your mat. Now you're going to cross the ankles underneath. Yep, and you're going to lift your knees and sit behind the heels. Palms face up. Uncross, extend the legs out, flex your feet, and reach your arms right up toward the sky. So we're going to inhale, make a big circle with the arms, big circle. And then you're going to exhale, draw the belly in, lean back, bring your palms together for a press. We're going to work with that a couple times. Inhale, reaching forward, big open circle. And then exhale, belly in, and a press. One more time, inhale, reaching up. Good, and then exhale, lean back and a press. Keep pressing, slowly come all the way down. And then keep that press of the hands and stretch the arms overhead. Take that long, full inhale, deep into the belly. Exhale out your mouth. Let the arms come down alongside the body, palms facing up, heavy thigh bones. Just take a moment to rest into the floor. Let the floor hold you for a few moments as you contemplate light and space in the joints, the shoulders, the knees, hips. We're going to keep that heavy quality of the left leg on the ground, and you're going to hug your right knee in towards your body and give a little squeeze. Coming into Palamukkhasana. Hug the right thigh toward you. Like you're trying to nestle your right knee up into the underarm. Good. And then extend the right sole of the foot toward the sky. Hands are behind the thigh bone, calf, or ankle, or you can catch the outside edge of your foot in your right hand. Right shoulder drops to the earth. Left hand can either stay behind the calf or on top of the left thigh. Good. Where is the breath? We're going to slowly step your left foot onto the ground, across your right leg over on top, like you're sitting cross-legged in a chair. So that right thigh bone falls on top of the left. Take your arms out toward a T. Slide the hips to the right and let the knees go over to the left for this twist. Knees go over and down to the left. If it's too much to keep those legs crossed, you can always uncross and stack instead. So how's your neck feeling? Is it tight? You could have a neutral chin with the nose over the navel, or you could spill the gaze over your left hand or your right hand. Come back to the breath, the link to the present moment, your connection to the breath. Very good. And then gradually, with some core awareness, you hug the knees back in toward the body, and we're going to uncross. And we're going to swing the arms overhead and extend one leg out and extend the other leg out. Find a full inhale, deep into the belly. And exhale, we're going to glide that left knee in toward the body. Hands are in the knee crease or in front of the shin. You're going to give a little hug of that left thigh toward the side rib. Right thigh dropping. Long channel of light from crown to tail. And then extend the left sole of the foot toward the sky. Hands are behind the thigh bone or the calf or the ankle. You can point and flex through that left foot a couple times. If it's possible, the left hand can gather on the outside edge of the left foot. Left shoulder blade dropping. And when you're ready, you're going to glide that right sole of the foot onto the ground. Cross that left leg over on top. Arms to a T, the pelvis slides to the left an inch or two, and then the knees are going to go over and down to the right for this twist. The top of the right thigh moves away from the bottom of the chin, and the two sitting bones are moving in toward each other. And the chin can be, again, neutral, or you can spill the gaze over either fingertips, depending on what feels best on your neck. And come back to the breath. What's going on inside the mind? What predominant thoughts are there? We're curious and open about that, compassionate about what's there. Gently, you're going to hug the knees back into center and uncross. Now give a hug, a nurturing hug for this self in this moment of time. We're going to find a full happy baby pose again, if that feels okay. Elbows on insides of knees, hands are on the ankles or the feet. Soles of feet facing the sky. Good. Nice. Let's give the feet or the ankles a little pull, and we're going to lift the head and look toward your tailbone. Yep. Hook your tailbone toward your face. Tone the belly toward the spine. Exhale out. And then go ahead and release the head back. You can release the feet. And we're going to bring the feet onto the floor. Just let the feet rest on the floor. Nice pounding action. And a couple more times, you can just kind of lift and lower the feet. You can stamp the feet. I love to do that at the end of class. Just get rid of any frenetic vata energy and let the legs extend out and find your shavasana. So you're welcome and invited to do any final movements that feel good for you. Clothing, socks, and blankets are always invited. So you feel really warm in temperature and comfortable. And it's your time to really let go. In the physical body, let go and see what you can let go of in other energetic spaces of yourself. There's nothing you have to do, nowhere else you have to go right now. Just to allow. Allow the floor to cradle you. The forehead, the eyebrows, relaxing. And any tension in the expression of the face, smoothing away. So the expression of the face is very light, very open. Sharing a poem today called Several Times in the Last Week. Ever since happiness heard your name, it has been running through the streets trying to find you. And several times in the last week, it has come to your door asking for your address. Once I said, I thought you knew everything. Why are you asking me where your lovers live? And the beloved replied, indeed, I do know everything, but it is fun playing dumb once in a while, and I love intimate chat and the warmth of your heart's fire. Maybe we should make this poem into a song. I think it has potential. How does this refrain sound? For I know that this is truth. Ever since happiness heard your name, it has been running through the streets trying to find you. And several times in the last week, it has even come to your door, so sweetly asking for your address, wanting the beautiful warmth of your heart's fire. Every inhale breath that you welcome in brings a light to the fire inside. Every exhale, an opportunity to let go and soften. You come back to your intention for practice today. Any positive affirmations you want to invite into your mind, like I am healthy, I am strong, I am safe, I am still, and all is well. We're going to start to wiggle fingers and toes, bring sensation back into the body. And eventually stretching the arms overhead. You can take a reset, just imagining you're hitting that restart button. Take your time as you feel ready to slowly hug the knees toward your body and make your way over onto the left side, rolling over onto your left-hand side, resting the head in the crook of the arm, honoring all that is right now, completely whole as is. When you're ready, you can use your hands to very slowly, very gradually press your way on up. We're going to meet together again, sitting upright, finding a cross-legged seat together. You might try crossing your opposite non-habitual ankle on top. And then we're going to inhale to reach the arms up. And exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Bringing the thumbs to the center of the chest. We're going to honor each other in this practice and all of our intentions. And we're going to connect today through the universal chant of a single Om on the exhale breath. Om. May the fire inside always burn true, and may you be connected always to your own intuition. Namaste. Thank you very much for practicing with me, everybody. I really appreciate it. Thank you all my virtual people, Nick and Holly and Marianne and Marissa, Megan, Kelly, Rachel. Great to see everybody. Laurel, Laura. Apply for my teacher training I'm doing in January. I'd love to have you join me to study more deeply. I'm doing a teacher training this January for 3 months. So just wanted to share that. Happy Halloween.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
Bye.
To you, Sarah.
See you next time. This class is going to go on my YouTube channel.
Oh, cool.
So check it out.
Oh, great.
Okay, bye.
Bye.